Alright.
And we're back, -1 Murray.
Yes, we be making our play at getting him out this part. But we've still got a lot to do with Sly first, including 2 jobs whose names overlap each other.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that a glitch, or just the fact that they're both in the same spot?
Yeah, they're both in the same spot, and unfortunately, while they can stretch over environment objects, they do not stretch over each other. I'm trying to think if they fixed that in Sly 3. I'm not sure if it ever came up.
I mean, yeah, like, with the hindsight of it, you just probably wouldn't put yourself in a position where it was a problem.
Yeah. So, now that we derailed the train and crashed into the wall, we can run on the railroad tracks with no fear.
Yeah. It's interesting. It doesn't look like the train is powered in the sense of, like... Well, no, this would be the 3rd rail, but, like...
Just above the track?
I guess I'm picturing it working as, like, one of those, you know those, Hot Wheel boosters that... There's not continuous propulsion, it's just, like, propulsion at certain points. But that would, like, get an electromagnet... I guess I'm describing a railgun, which Bentley turned the train into.
There are also multi-launch roller coasters that could work somewhat similar.
Mm-hmm. And I just saw that plane, image plane, is really 3 images. The way that overlapped anyway. Look, that was either emulation error or just a tricky way to fake volumetric lighting.
Not sure I saw it, but...
if you go next, or when you go next to another stoplight, you might see it. Like...
How the light, like, stretches around objects?
It's more like, imagine if you had an image plane for the light facing one way, and then an image, or like towards you, and then another perpendicular.
Oh, you mean like
the one on the
cross
ground.
on the
yes.
Spotlight? Yeah, that. Yeah.
Because actual volumetric lighting is expensive.
Yeah, a bit much for the PS2, generally.
Look, Bentley, with all due respect, it looks an awful lot like a water tower.
Don't be fooled. That's what she wants you to think. If we try to
Bentley, we really don't want you to be going full incel here.
Plenty of fresh drinking water?
I'm serious, Sly.
Of course. I do owe you one.
The lightning rods around the prison are designed to draw lightning.
This job's a little finicky. I had some trouble with it, mostly because you have to stay up high, and this map is a bit tricky to stay up high.
You should be able to redirect the electrical current away from its ground wire, rendering it useless. Follow the lightning strikes to locate all 5 rods.
Okay, so you want me to break the ground circuit on all these lightning rods so that a bolt will strike and destroy the giant attack robot posing as a water tower.
That's an accurate summation.
You know, you'd think he'd be the one on the spice. Oh, well.
Get clear when the lightning rod starts to glow red. That means the lightning. Nice work. That lightning rod is out of commission.
Okay.
So turn all the dials. Each lightning rod is redirected.
I mean, if you're redirecting it, then the safest time to be next to a lightning rod is when it's not working. Although...
Well, yeah, because it's dangerous at first, but then once we redirect it, it's fine.
Yeah.
And once again, they got a little confused as to which one I wanted to attach to.
That's annoying. That's like, you ever have it in a game where the camera auto changes which orientation... No, not the camera, like the character. Like, you'll be pressing the stick in one direction, and then the game will decide which way is forward is not the way forward.
Yeah,
I want to say Mario Galaxy does that, but maybe it doesn't.
Galaxy has the added trouble of gravity being in different scenarios. Sometimes you have to let go of the stick and press it again to have it recalculate its relative direction. But yeah, it crops up in that a lot.
It's funny, I don't hear anyone talk about how Sonic Adventure 2 did it first.
I hear that quite a bit. It's just that it did it so
Poorly.
They did their best, but it was literally on the Dreamcast.
I mean...
And it was a 3D Sonic game. It was
Yeah.
never going to turn out particularly well.
I mean, to be fair, like, it was in a level where you're able to fly and you're like...
I mean, even Mario knew that messing with flight with gravity was probably not a good idea, which is why they limited the red star so much.
Which is a shame. Like, I almost wish they didn't include it, just to know it was there. Like, although I don't know what they would have done with it, other than do what I originally hoped, which was let you free explore space a little bit. But the amount of
what is there to explore?
That's true. By the time
they
you
would
get
have
to that
to, they
point,
would have to
you're done.
radically redesign the entire game around that one power-up.
Yeah.
And basically turn it into not a platformer, but a space flight game.
Yeah.
Probably could have cut a bunch of this out, but it's kind of how I get to the next one. But you can kind of see why I'm not the biggest fan of this level. We've got like a central walled area that's really high and out of the way, and a bunch of these lower areas, and everything's crawling with guards and moats everywhere, and I don't know.
Reminds me of Arkham City a little bit in its structure.
A lot of my least favorite areas are the ones that are the hardest to figure out how to get from point A to B.
Yeah.
And the last chapter was that way, this chapter is that way.
So is Naughty Dog, like, are they Canadian or where are they
I am not
stationed?
sure.
Do they even exist anymore?
Naughty Dog?
Yeah.
Pretty sure they do. I mean, they do Last of Us, right?
Oh, they do. Oh, you're right, they do. Oh wait, Naughty Dog. Why am I saying that? I mean Sucker Punch. My bad.
Yeah, so Naughty Dog is in California. Sucker Punch, they made Ghost of Tsushima, so they're still kicking.
Right, they're doing well. Yeah, I guess they're just doing what they're doing.
Sucker Punch is based in Washington State.
Okay. Well, that sounded bad.
Like I said, giant attack robot.
Oh no, the crazy guy was right.
Yeah, but he also kind of... Wait, did we disable it or activate it?
We disabled it.
Okay.
I think the first shock made it be like, oh no, emergency, and then the next one took it down. Yeah, just there's a bunch of jobs in this chapter that I'm not the biggest fan of.
Sly, I need your help getting a handle on the Contessa's encryption algorithm.
I'd love to, pal, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, I'll explain it to you one piece at a time. See that security station? The guard nearby is responsible for its upkeep.
So it's a bit hard to see from this perspective, but that monitor there is angled directly towards
Sure,
us.
no
And that's part of the
Yeah.
challenge of this
Use it
mission.
on the security station to set off the alarm.
Hold up. You want me to set off the alarm?
Yeah, set it off, then clear out as the guard's sure to come running. Once he sees that it's a false alarm, he'll input the code to turn it off.
So you want me to take a picture of the code?
Move to a same
Why would
price
you
and get a
have the
clean shot
security
of that
code
digital
show up
image.
on an
Should I
external
hit all
monitor
the
to the
security
whole
stations
world
out here?
on a
Yeah.
security station?
Once I've got a large enough sample of the Contessa's
Although it does
code,
remind me
I
that
should be able to
all of
crack
Smith's
her
Marketplace
encryption
uses the same
algorithm.
security codes
Now, see,
that
you
I
lost
know
me
from
again.
working there
Just
as a
take
lowly
the
bag
pictures.
boy.
I'll handle the rest.
Actually, I think Lowe's uses the same ones too.
Because they have like the same IT infrastructure that they bought.
It's more like, yeah, the same like device. I mean, it's not a code, it's just two buttons. It's just like, press this, override, so. I mean, most of anti-shoplifting tech is more of a diversion anyway, because 9 times out of 10, it's either, what is it? When I worked there, they said it was the employees mostly, but yeah, most of the time, things that get shoplifted aren't all that valuable. They're just more staples. Oh, there it is.
A lot of it's just a deterrent.
Yeah, basically, like, not to mention, like, you know, the average Joe isn't gonna, like, that's the funny thing. There's, like, two kinds of employees. The kind that, you know, oh, why didn't you stop them? It's like, I'm literally, I literally cannot stop somebody from, like, stealing something. Like, I'm told not to. Or the people they actually hire to go deal with it. So, it's just interesting. Because, yeah, you could potentially get, you know, it could go very south. Lawsuits and whatnot. Which reminds me, did I tell you about that Facebook class action suit?
I don't think so.
Oh, I wish I did. You should, after we do this, you should look up and see if you can sign up for that. My brother and I did. We might get nothing, but because when you
I think
divide,
I signed up for a Google class action suit that didn't really go anywhere for me.
I just find it funny. I got one from what was it, Michael's, and I didn't even work there. I just got interviewed once, but apparently it was like a data breach thing or something, so I was technically a part of it.
So it's hilarious. I did not notice this until watching it back. In the same frame where I paused to, you know, select the alarm clock that I bought, which is an optional gadget at this point, the bell that you're supposed to ring to get the guard to move was in frame.
Perfect.
There's also a lot of missions in here that's like run to this place in the map and then run to this place, and then there's like, you know, 4 places here, 6 places here. Just kind of bouncing from place to place, and it kind of, it's like, I get it. This is the area.
Yeah.
It's difficult to get around.
Games like this do benefit from, like, an added way of mobility that you could unlock. Like,
we'll get that later, but I think it comes too late in the game.
Yeah, that's what happens a lot of the time. Like, games like Just Cause has the sense to, like, you know, give it to you right in the front to actually enjoy it, but which is...
Sucker Punch seems to have a habit of introducing an ability way too late into one game, and then figuring out that it's way too critical, and then having it as almost a starter ability in the next one.
What's an example
of
of
Infamous?
Like, what's an example?
In
Infamous.
In Infamous, you had the hover, and the like speeding up while on wires instead of just running on them.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it's way too important to the feel and the fun of that game. So you have them basically from the start in 2.
Yeah. Oh, that one
and then you only get better
off.
ones later.
Yeah.
Better versions of it.
That reminds me, from what little footage I've seen, I think they gave Miles Morales the little Spider-Man glider, like, underarm squirrel suit. And that is something from playing the first Spider-Man game, I definitely did feel I wish there was a way to carry my momentum better. Like, maybe I've just been spoiled by Just Cause and what will be Tears whenever I get that upgrade, but yeah, I don't know, it's like I don't know. Movement's hard in games to get a good balance. Like Mario seems to do a good job with it, although
he's managed to do rolling better than Sonic ever has. In 3D.
Yeah. Unless you want to count the unintentionally busted. Well, the way the spin dash works in Sonic Adventure 1, depending on what version you're playing.
I mean, it was fine in the adventure games, yeah, but I would say that Mario got it down even more, where it's like it's difficult to do, but it's really great if you can pull it off.
I will say Galaxy 1 and 2, though, platforming momentum was not there as much, but to be fair, that game was kind of more like 3D World than it was the others, and that's fine. Once I got that under my brain, I'm like, okay, I can appreciate these for what they are.
So yeah, this one was a bit challenging because you have to go quite a ways to get to the place where you take the photo.
Guess it could be worse. Could be ukulele. Yeah.
It's part of my...
Man, that stays on for a long time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's part of my least favorite thing about stealth games, where you just have to sit there and wait for enemies to walk around and hopefully do or go to the place you want.
You're at the mercy of bad AI.
Yeah, it's like you can just sit there forever and they don't do it. It's like some of the optional challenges in the Arkham games, it relies on you performing specific things in stealth sections that are entirely reliant on the stars aligning.
Yeah, the Spider-Man games are even worse with that, because I feel like they want to be the Arkham games so badly, but it's just like Spider-Man is not Batman, so...
No.
Like, and in some ways it's better, but in some ways it's much worse. It's very finicky.
There's a related example, again, with Spider-Man, where his web slinging is all about improvisation. Like, it's not supposed to be precise, and then you have these challenges where you're supposed to move around very precisely while slinging. And the same thing with Arkham Stealth. It's about improvising and reacting to the current situation, and it expects you to do very specific things. So this was my most hated mission as a kid, close to Contessa, to the point where I would use cheat codes to trivialize it.
Really? Does this game have built-in cheat codes?
Yes, this is back in the era where it was pre-achievement, so games still had cheat codes. So I would use a code to go to skip to a later chapter in the game, buy an upgrade from there, and then use it to make this this chapter way easier. So basically we have to pickpocket things from Contessa, but she has bodyguards, so we have to take them out. But if we take them out, she will hear and see you, and if she sees you, it's instant loss.
Yeah.
And they're always moving, so, who knows if there's a bell nearby for you to ring to alert them, so I gotta use the alarm clock, and then once you finally get them, you have to catch up to Contessa. It's just a pain.
Yeah, it sounds like the worst part of tailing or escort missions. Like, it's like, hey, what if you had to juggle two different things for an escort mission?
Yeah, I almost wish that I had just done the cheat to get the thing later.
Well, that was handy.
Who goes there? Huh? Where are my guards?
So yeah, I gotta do that 2 more times.
Well, at least they put her spinneret in the right spot.
But this is no longer the worst part of the game for me. That comes later.
You have something you don't like even more now, huh?
There's one section in particular. We will get there, and you will see why.
Gotcha.
It was fun editing it, though.
Oh yeah, when you said that the Spider-Man web swinging requires precision that you don't have, I feel like the, Spider-Man 2 back on the, PlayStation, GameCube, whatever, that one, because the new one holds your hand so much with the web swinging, you can't have precision, but the old one, I feel like, had a much higher skill ceiling. So, I don't know.
I'm sure it had a higher skill ceiling. It's mostly just those couple of challenges where they expected you to, you know, do this exact path, follow this exact path, and...
Like, what I'm saying is, like, because you can't take the handlebars off the training wheels off of the new Insomniac games, they're asking for precision that is not in your control, and that's frustrating. Which reminds me, have you ever tried to play through that awful Superman 64 game?
Nope.
I did it once. I got to the first level, and the way I did it, I can't remember if I used save states or I just slowed the game way down. But I know I did something jank to make it more feasible. Ugh, it was awful.
I mean, I think one of the secrets to Superman 64 is that you have to treat him like a flying car, like the way he turns and everything. It's car physics.
I just don't understand, like, when your first level is so divorced from the rest of the, like, it's like, clearly this is a tutorial level that you made next to impossible to complete. I've never seen a game do that before. Like, I don't know what.
You're supposed to be hooking the player into the game, not
scaring them away forever.
They're gone again.
Yeah, all the stuff that could be potentially engaging about Superman is buried beneath all the stuff that people really don't want to do.
Yeah. The Superman Returns game was also, like, that game wasn't... I mean, it was playable, but it was kind of bland. I don't know. It was fun to fly around, but you got sick of that after a while. Then there was that Flash fan game somebody made that was so goofy. But that's okay, because the real Flash media is so goofy now. Oh, gosh. Well, let's see. So, is Murray in the hole in there, or...?
No, he's in solitary confinement in cell block D.
Right.
Which, thinking back on it, I don't actually know why they put him in there. I'm pretty sure it would have been easier to get him out from the regular cells. We can talk. We'll keep that in mind once we get to the heist.
Right. Is Murray the heist?
Yes. We haven't mentioned anything about Contessa having clockwork parts, so...
Yeah, makes sense.
Stealth slide comes in clutch once again.
It's handy that clock explodes after a couple seconds.
Yep. At last, key 3. Or rather...
Tank patrol schedule.
Where are those lazy bodyguards?
Also, how subtle is it that the Contessa wrote down her Interpol prison tank patrol schedule onto a planner with the Claw Gang symbol on it?
Yeah. Just because it's free swag at the meetings doesn't mean you should use it.
Thanks to your recent efforts, we're ready to attempt a Murray rescue.
How did they get that
this
picture?
Plan the Trojan tank. Step 1. We use the Contessa's keys to steal one of her tanks. I'll jump in and drive while you keep out of sight by crawling underneath.
That sounds
With
safe.
some luck, the guards won't notice anything out of the ordinary and open the prison gates for us. We casually roll
I mean, to this game's
in,
credit,
and then
we'll
blast
see in a
the security
second, but they
doors
do
to Murray's
make
cell block.
creative use of a couple of their
Once
mechanics.
inside, you'll need to improvise your way up to the guard control center and open the doors leading down to solitary confinement. Let's hope Murray hasn't cracked under the Contessa's hypnosis.
Single tooth Murray. Do we ever get to see her hypnotize, or like in the process of hypnotizing, or nah?
We'll have to see.
Okay,
Okay.
Sly, I'm heading out for the tank.
Bird up. Bird down. Okay. That's a very stupid meme.
I don't remember how I used to do this part with these guards in front of the tank. I could have sworn there was a better way that I used to use than what I do here.
Spider drone.
Spooter bots!
Wait. Are they hurting the guards as well?
That was a bomb that I laid.
Oh, okay.
That is a small tank if it only fits one Bentley.
Yeah. Just
And also not a
barely.
very good one, because you need, at minimum, 2 people in a tank.
Really?
One to
One to-
drive and one to
Shoot.
command the turret.
Mm.
But ideally, you have 5.
I can't see you down there, so try to keep up and stay out of sight.
Oh, this looks awful.
This is actually fine.
Huh.
It's just, you know, crawling under the desk, but you got to keep up with the tank.
I see. The fact that the searchlight goes through the tank makes it a little unnerving to tell if you're actually under the tank or not.
Yeah, modern lighting would definitely make this more atmospheric,
Approaching
but
the prison gate. Let's see if they fall for it.
like I said, creative use of mechanics. They added in crawling under stuff to this game, and they added in something that's moving while you do it, which I'm sure was a challenge for the engineers.
Yeah.
You'd better get out from underneath the tank before I let loose with the turret. Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Well, nobody seemed to care that we just fired a tank repeatedly at this thing.
I'm having some trouble sabotaging
Yeah.
the tank. Go on ahead, I'll catch up.
Oh, he's trying to destroy the tank now?
Well, he's trying to make it so that it's not usable by anyone else,
Ah,
because it's not part of the rest of their plan.
I see.
Okay, Bentley, what's next?
Well, that should be the guard's control center.
Huh, nice audio speed up.
Honest, I'm
Yeah,
not sure how
again,
you're going to get
emulation.
up there.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Thinking of my feet is what I do best.
So, if Murray was in the
Most of the
regular
security
cells,
went
we'd
down
already
when
have
we cut
access
the
to him
power
right
on the
now.
bridge, but
Yeah.
a few lights seem to have a backup generator.
Like, the
careful.
only thing I figure is they want to make it so they don't have any witnesses, but that's not really how they roll, because they get, you know, seen constantly in this game.
Because, like, right down here is where we had that fight.
Right.
So, yeah, looking back on it, I'm not sure why Bentley needed Murray out of the regular cells.
Maybe it was payback for some petty thing. Like, Murray ate the, I don't know, his lunch in the fridge. Oh, he's gone.
You can frequently abuse guards' inability to take fall damage in these
Yeah.
games.
Especially this level.
Sometimes the hooks have sparkles on them, sometimes they don't.
Huh. Oh yeah, those... well,
That one
no.
does.
It seemed like it didn't until you looked
It
at it.
didn't. It's typically a proximity thing. And they usually disappear when you get on them. But none of the hooks did in Sly 1. But you know what the sparkles are reminding me of?
What?
The Lego games.
Oh, yeah. It's reminding me that I haven't seen Fun Dip in a store in years. Seriously, when? Oh no.
Yeah,
Like-
I just cut past.
Like, when's the last time you've seen Fun Dip in a store?
Oh, I haven't. It's been a long time, but I haven't exactly been looking for novelty candies like
Yeah,
that in
it's
a
just
while.
it's just weird because I've Googled it. They still sell it, but I couldn't tell you where.
Mm.
I think it's under the Wonka brand, but I could be wrong. I hope that movie's good. Everybody seems to. It's like I've heard nothing but people saying it's gonna be the worst thing ever, and I'm just like, come on, give it a chance. Like,
Okay, I'm running your algorithmic code decryptor. You see anything happening down there?
Success! We've got access to solitary confinement.
Hot stuff. I'm heading down.
oof.
Yeah, searchlights here are a little.
Little
I kind of
funky.
stopped giving a crap.
Yeah. So, what's the coin limit in this game? 999 or more?
Oh no, it's we've been well over 1,000
I've never
multiple
seen Murray
times.
like this.
It's probably
He's all
9,999,
twitchy
but
and bug-eyed.
I'm not sure I've ever
You
gotten
said
close to
Murray was
that.
being forced to eat spice, right?
Yeah, he said he was feeling weird.
Well, he's weirded out all right. I doubt he even knows we're here.
Oh.
Clearly, we're going to have to lure him out of that cell the hard way.
The hard way?
Those Hypno boxes are designed to heighten the effects of spice.
What?
And he's already in an agitated state.
So let's make it worse.
If we turn them all on at the same time, Murray's sure to become wildly hostile and probably break down the door.
Or we just give him a
would you
massive
run the
coronary
Hippo
or stroke and he
Well, power
dies.
switches are all defended by laser barriers. When you get close, I'll hack the laser system from my terminal down here. That should give you access.
Yeah, we're making a lot of
Let's do it.
assumptions here.
Anything to help out old Murray. He's looking really bad.
I mean, there's some decent platforming in this heist section, but as we can see, it'll. Yeah, I guess looking back on it, this is an okay heist.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hacking the laser barrier.
All right, more hacking.
Yep. Oh, that looks extra fancy.
What does?
Oh, just the that little terminal thing you're supposed to get into.
Oh yeah, the three-way thing. there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to disable the firewall. Or
By
whatever that
shooting
is.
it.
I should know how a firewall works, but I can't remember. I failed my networks class the first time.
Yeah, I'm an engineer, not an IT or security professional, so.
Flip the switch to turn on the Hypno box.
Huh. Listening to the Hypno Toad.
Angry. Get gone.
Oh my gosh. Poor Murray, he's gonna need some kind of help after this event. This is...
There's one of his exchanges here that's kind of funny, but the rest are a little, like, worrying.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the laser wall.
You know,
Yeah,
the funny...
A lot of these, yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say that a lot of these hacking segments are oftentimes the same thing, just each time they add in, like, one extra layer of something.
Right. I mean, when I think about this, it's not like it would be one thing if he was doing this from, like, say, a remote host, and he'd have to hack in. But the fact that he's at the terminals that are designed to activate these things, I don't see why he has to hack at all, you know? Like, maybe it's unauthorized.
I mean, yeah, authorization.
Yeah. This is a very simple music loop.
Yeah.
Is that arrow... Are you like, is that the you aiming
That's
arrow?
just, yeah, that's where I'm aiming.
All right.
All clear.
More rage.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Tip me over and I'll smash up everything. Ah!
Jeez.
That's the one funny one.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of appropriate because hippos are absolutely bastardous animals. Like,
Very violent.
Yeah.
Very territorial.
I'm on it.
like, I don't know, why does such a like seemingly cute? Well, I don't know. Cartoons make them look cute, but and baby hippos are cute, but I don't know if I'd say that about a full-grown hippopotamus. Although,
It's because they're comical, like very rounded and everything.
yeah, it is funny though.
But nature doesn't really care about our standards of, like, you know, sharp edges versus rounded ones.
Yeah, that is like, it's funny because that isn't universal. Like, it is mostly universal, but there are some examples of, like, oh, what is it? Like, baby aesthetic is, like, way different. Like, oh, there's some kind of monkey that, like, they either hate how their babies look or their babies look ugly to us but good to them. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. You'd see all kinds of weird stuff in nature, but
I mean, we kind of go both ways with bears. We both culturally think of them as, like, extremely fearsome woodland creatures, like the last thing you want to run into. But we also have teddy bears, and they're cute and cuddly.
well, not just that, but I've been on whole Facebook groups that are like titled "You cannot pet." Remember, you cannot pet the bears, because bears can be really cute given their like derpy attitudes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's like how a big cat is cute, or I mean a small cat is cute, but a big cat
There you
is
go.
also cute but could kill you easily. Much like how a bear is like a giant dog.
Yeah, it's just that with hippos, the reality is that they're violent, but we think of them as cuddly. But with, like, bears and cats, like you said, we go both ways.
Yeah. Oh,
Heads up, Sly. The Hypno boxes are too strong for you to destroy with your
oh, this is terrifying, actually.
axe to take them out.
A little.
You're all offline.
I don't like the noise he's making. It sounds too actual how a hippo would yell.
Little.
There's something about things chasing you in games that gives me primal fear as from my childhood.
Yeah.
Like, I have this dream of...
My
Ugh,
head.
poor guy.
Who? What? Is this
Again,
happening?
if we had just left him in his regular cell, I think this
Just take
could
a
have been
few deep
avoided.
breaths
Yeah.
and try to center your thoughts.
Okay.
What's with all the racket?
Oh.
My conscious mind is a wreck. I ought to... The weak-minded hippo is free. And he's got friends. Perhaps it's time to reevaluate some life choices.
I'm serious.
Took that particularly
I managed
well.
to keep this half of the Clockwork Heart safe. It was hard to hide from the
We don't need to know, Murray.
She's getting away.
But there's our clockwork part for this time. It's the other half of the same one from Chapter 3.
Makes sense.
I'm on it.
He's still roided out of his mind.
You know, maybe we shouldn't be having him be physically strenuous right now.
Yeah, I mean, considering he just went on a rampage.
And is in a very weak and fragile mental state
Yeah.
from all the hypnosis and drugs.
It's like we found the Contessa. Oh my gosh, you killed her.
You lousy, no good head shrinker.
Ha.
Oh, come now.
It's a term I don't hear much.
We were making such progress during our session.
Head shrinker, no. Shrink,
The only mental
definitely.
Yeah.
help I need is to never be reminded of you again.
Such displaced hostility. If you insist on getting angry, Why not be psychologically productive and channel it at your so-called friends?
I'm done talking with my mouth. Now I talk with my fists.
Sorry, but our time is up.
Oh, okay.
Big spider drones.
That looks like she hatched them.
It looks like she did.
Ah. Oh, no, she just puts him down. Okay.
Yeah.
This
But they are wrapped up in webs.
But yeah, as for things chasing you, I had this childhood dream of being in the Mario 64 castle and this giant Bowser chasing you down the stairs. But for some reason, he was also like waist deep in like garbage. Like, just I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't know.
Yeah, dreams.
Yeah, dreams are weird.
I got real lucky there. Nearly fell down.
Oh, we get blimp action.
Ah! She's getting away!
That's it.
Oh, that's it, huh?
Don't
Yep,
worry,
she
pal.
got away.
We'll find her. With the three of us back together, she doesn't stand a chance.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You have no evidence that she's been... Well, maybe some evidence.
Besides, Sly typically doesn't bother with legal or court stuff.
Right.
He just robs them
Is that
blind.
Bentley's mom?
I would have to assume so, but he was in an orphanage.
Wait, yeah!
Maybe it's just a pinup?
Yeah, I don't really know Turtle.
I think something had changed.
Turtle appeals.
Since childhood, the three of us had never met.
That photo doesn't really jive with other stuff we see in Sly. Well, I guess it kind of could. Yeah.
Needless to say, we took a few weeks off before getting back to work.
7.
And for the
7
first time in
wieners.
my life, Murray let me drive.
Alright, so we are about halfway done with the game now.
Yep.
So we'll be picking back up with the Contessa on next part.